welcome to Sports Talk with L-Beasley. And it's some Detroit Lions football talk. This was actually a fan request or just somebody who requested that I talk about it on my show. I'm not going to mention the name just because I don't know if they want me to. But pretty much the fan emailed me and asked me to discuss the Detroit Lions. Now, generally, guys, I would do this right after preseason. So for those who are wondering about the Detroit Lions or any team, I always wait till after preseason to give like my real accurate, like what I really think is going to have my accurate results on a team and whatnot. But because this was requested, I always like to do or try to do what the fans ask or request. So he wanted me to basically, discuss the Lions as far as last season. That I think it was a fluke, and then just my expectations coming into this year. What do I think they're going to do? The usual. So let's get started. As for last year, no, it was not a fluke. Detroit Lions last year was not a fluke. We had one of our best starts ever, going 5-0 originally. Then, of course, we lost to even a great team in San Francisco and lost to a decent team in Atlanta Falcons. So, and on and off again, once again with the wins and the losses after that. So it was not a fluke. We ended the season with a 10-6 record. We went to the playoffs with a wild card, which is still considered playoffs, and faced the New Orleans Saints. Got our butts kicked. Put up a good fight for a minute, but unfortunately, I think that game was partially our fault because we were undisciplined, but at the same time, it was the refs' fault because I really felt like they were cheating for the Saints. And I'm a Saints fan, but I kind of felt like they were cheating for the Saints, so that was a tough one for me, but that's not the point. But the point is, that was not a fluke last year. Let me make that very clear. Last year was not a fluke. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. It just wasn't a fluke. Like I said, we had a good offense. Unfortunately, it was only a pass-only, basically, offense, but we had a good offense. Defensively, we were undisciplined and things like that, but we did show up at times when needed. But, it was not a fluke. That was a good team last year. And I think they're going to be an even better team this year, which leads me into my expectations of this year. This year, I expect them to go 10-6 or 11-5. That is my current prediction. As far as the NFC North, I expect them to be third, maybe second. And it's not because I really just, it's not because I don't think they can. I just think that Green Bay and Chicago technically are the better teams in the NFC North right now. Now, there's no reason we should be fourth. We end up in fourth from kicking their butts. But as far as third, I think the Bears are a better squad. As long as they keep Jay Cutler healthy, there's really no reason why they shouldn't outbeat the Lions. Because they have a good, all-around team, obviously good defensive team. They have passing threats now, and then they always had a good running back core. So there's no reason for that team not to be successful. So right now I have us going third in the NFC North. But the main reason, with the offensively, I really just want to see the Lions get a running game. I mean that irks me. I can't explain enough how much that gets on my nerves with the Detroit Lions, how much we don't have a running game. I love the fact that we finally got a great quarterback in Matthew Stafford. As long as we keep him healthy, he's fine, does what he's supposed to do. We have great receivers, and Calvin Johnson, arguably the best receiver. I definitely think he's the best receiver in the NFL. We have arguably the best receiver in the NFL in Calvin Johnson. We have other good pieces like Nate Burleson. We went and got Ryan Broyles in the draft. I like that pick. We already have Titus Young. We have good tight ends with Tony Scheffler and Brandon Pettigrew. So we have what we need in the passing game. It's just the running game. Now, unfortunately, Mike LaSure, who we went and got in the draft not too long ago, unfortunately, we got hurt and missed his rookie season last year, basically. So the whole thing with Michael LaSure is just to see if he can stay healthy, because I think he can be that nice back for us. Not that, Brandon, not that elite Frank Gore type, type guy, but just that good guy who can run it and make people actually, set up a defensive scheme for him. A point where it's like, okay, because that was the whole thing with the Lions. You didn't even fear the running game when you played the Lions. It was like, man, as long as we do our best against the pass, we're more likely we might be able to run out of this game with a win. So if the Lions get a running game, there's no reason for them not to be successful. Like I said, I'm hoping Mike LaSure can stay healthy and be that guy, and hopefully we can have somebody else step up. Javid Best, I would have liked for him to possibly have been like that, that Ray Rice, that Reggie Bush type guy, maybe, because he has the ability to kind of do some screens and wildcats and kind of play a little receiver at times. But unfortunately, he just hasn't been able to stay healthy, and I feel for him. Prayers go out to him in his situation. If he stays, I hope he's able to stay healthy. If he doesn't, I wish him all the best. But right now, Mike LaSure, I'm hoping that he can be that guy. If not, we got to make some moves. There's probably gonna be some running backs available after preseason, like some teams like the Saints who have too many running backs. Hopefully, we'll be able to get somebody. But not Mike LaSure, hopefully, is that guy. Defensively is where I'm worried the most. And not necessarily our defensive line. I'm not a big fan of our defensive line per se. I think, it's on and off for me with the defensive line. I like Adamik and Sue. We just need to calm down and stop stumping people talking about he tricked me. But other than that, I like Ndamukong Suh. Nick Fairley, I'm not a big fan of Nick Fairley, but I think he has the potential to be great. I'm just not a big fan of him maybe because I haven't seen it in a while. I watched this guy through high school and college and was never like totally on the bandwagon. So for me, I'm still looking for some more impressive things out of him. And then besides that, just the people like, Chris Vanden Bosch, people like that. I like Chris Vanden Bosch. I'm just not really sure where he is in his career at this point. It's kind of like, he's a little bit older. I don't know. I'm a little worried about Cliff Averill. Finally got him in camp at least. Cliff Averill's always been to me one of those guys I felt like we could do without, but we couldn't, at the same time. I felt like we could do without him, but we need him right at least at this point. But if he hadn't come back, I wouldn't have shed any tears over it. But I think our defensive line is solid for the most part. My concern is the linebackers. We have people like Justin Durant, DeAndre Levy, and Stephen Tulloch. But to me, those are average linebackers. They are not great pass rushers. They aren't great in coverage. They aren't necessarily just great tacklers. They just are mediocre guys who I would prefer as backups than starters, but unfortunately you got to work with what you got. I think they're decent enough to be okay, but the main thing with them is just, starting to become more disciplined and actually helping to stop the run, because defensive line didn't do the best job of it last year, and linebackers are the next in line in defense for that. But my biggest concern is our secondary. That's always, now for somebody who played, a little football in my day, yeah, I play some football. I still play football for fun, if you ever want to catch me in Madden and whatnot, you know how we do. But, I play football. I love fun when I play football for fun, in the street, even on the video game. I always play the corner or the safety. So this is always irritation for me, especially for my hometown squad. This is the thing that irks me about the Detroit Lions, the secondary. As far as the corners, we don't have anybody, basically. He's not I at least want us to have one decent lockdown corner who I can really say, okay, this guy can lock you down. I mean, obviously you can't lock down great receivers, but even the mediocre receivers, we don't have people who can check mediocre receivers in the NFL. So that really irks me. And as far as safety, I mean, Louis Delmas and Amani or Amari Spivey, whatever. I know you get on my nerves. My whole thing with Delmas is cool. He's a hard hitter, but I wouldn't call him a great free safety. I mean, I don't know. I don't like him at free safety. Like I say, he's a hard hitter when he wants to be, but not coverage wise, no. And then Spivey, whatever. I'm not a big fan of him per se either, but once again, you got to work with what you got. But as far as our corners, I mean, the only one I can say I think I like even a little bit is Chris Houston. After that, I mean, it's kind of up in the air. I mean, I know we got Jacob Lacey now. We still got to find Will Smith. I think we still got we got a couple other guys. We got Dwight Bentley. So we got some guys, but I really just want this core of a secondary to step up and really just put some effort into coverage. For all I know, they might be putting in effort and they just suck at it. I don't know. But that is my concern when we're talking Detroit Lions. Like, so offensively, it's the running game. But at the end of the day, it's that defense, especially our secondary, because that's where we get burned the most. And I didn't forget about special teams. Special teams, the only turn I feel secure about is Jason Hanson, one of the best things that ever happened to the Detroit Lions. For a while, he was the only points we could get on the scoreboard was through his foot. So Jason Hanson, big ups to him. I love Jason Hanson. But discipline-wise, I'm not a fan of the Lions. Just special teams. Like I said, we don't necessarily allow people to return touchdowns all the time, but we're not disciplined anymore. We are on defense and offense. We aren't any more disciplined on special teams either. So at the end of the day, I would like to see more discipline. And then just returning-wise, Stephon Logan wasn't the best last year. I don't know if we're going to replace him with somebody. Hopefully, maybe if he is staying there, hopefully he finds a way, because that was horrible last year, especially after all that hype of the year before. So I hope he's able to find a way, if not, replace him with somebody else. But overall, like I said, I think the Lions are gonna go. I'm thinking 10-6 or 11-5 right now. I'm sticking to that NFC North. Like I said, hopefully nobody seriously gets hurt in free agency in preseason. I'm hoping nobody really seriously gets hurt. But like I said, I think this team is gonna have a successful season. I just think the NFC North is just very strong, and anybody who knows football and knows who's in the NFC North, you know that. So like I said, I think my thing is pretty accurate. Like I said, we'll definitely see after preseason and just in general. But this team, I think they'll be fine. I think they still need some more pieces. I think it's still some stuff we need to improve. And I think we're going to make more steps to that this year. I mean, that's the whole thing. I just want to see either constant improvement. I don't want us to go down. I want us to constantly improve. So as long as I see that, I'm cool. So like I said, I'm sticking with it. 10-6 or 11-5, NFC North, third place. Possibly second, just depending on what happens with the Bears. If they can keep Jay Cutler off the ground, then yeah. If not, then Lions might have a chance. But I'm saying for now, I just don't think we have the team that can go, go that far. And like I said, just off what we have, unless some players are gonna step up, which may surprise. You never know. Some teams might surprise me. Some players might surprise me on the Lions, and we might actually do better than what I'm predicting. But I'm picking 10-6 or 11-5. You already know the deal. I know this was short. It's always short. If you want me to expand more on the Lions, like I said, this won't be the last time I talk about Lions. I'm going to talk about them right after preseason, probably even do some preseason talk, what's going on, not even about the Lions, just everybody. So, you know the deal. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. If you want me to bring up your team, whether it's Detroit Lions or somebody else, let me know. Definitely always happy to talk about any team and give you my thoughts. But as I said, if you agree, disagree, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Facebook. Instagram me if you want. I don't care. Let me know. My information's on the credits. You know where it's at. Definitely go on the credits. Follow me on Twitter. Friend me on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. All that jazz. Let me know. And don't forget, y'all, if y'all want to be guests on my show, Sports Talk with L-Beasley has gone Skype. So no more excuses. Oh, I don't live in Michigan. I don't have a way to get to you. No. I ain't got that excuse no more. All you got to do is get on Skype and, just tell me what you want to talk about, and we'll set up a day to do the show. That's all we got to do. It's sky's the limit. It's no reason. Skype is free if you don't already have a Skype account to set up just to talk to one person. So I can't use the excuse I'm broke either. Just get on Skype and, talk to me, and we'll have a show. And for those who just don't feel comfortable being on video, I know that's been a concern for some. If you don't want to be on video, that's fine. Just let me know, and I'll turn it into an audio show instead of a video show. We still use Skype. It's just only the audio, not the video. So for those who want to be on camera, smile and get on the show. For those who don't, you know what? Just get on audio, and it's all good. So don't forget, Sports Talk with L-Beasley has gone Skype. So if you want to be a guest, let me know. My contact information is on the credits. Let me know. And you see what I'm wearing. I'm married to the game, son. I'm married to the game. Y'all know I'm talking NFL, but then I got the nerve to be, wearing a shirt married to the game talking about basketball. But that's because I love basketball. That's my heart, man. That's my love. But go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. That's some shirt I'm repping today. MoneyballSportswear.com. I love that gear. That's how I do. They got bands too. Moneyball. The only way to ball is Moneyball. Remember that. So definitely go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. Hey, any sport teams, y'all need jerseys, warm-ups, uniforms, anything like that, hit up MoneyballSportswear.com. For if you just like to look good. I know some people just like to look good, got the sweet gear on, got the swag. So if you want to just look good, go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. Hats, tank tops, t-shirts, sweatshirts, shorts, all that jazz. Good clothes for affordable prices. You're going to love it. Go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. And like I said, once again, hit me up, guys. Definitely want to know your thoughts. Like I said, don't hesitate. If you want to be a guest, let me know. If not, just hit me up. Follow me on Twitter. Go check out my website, LaurenBeasley.com. But you know what it is. Thank you for tuning in to this segment of Sports Talk with L-Beasley. I definitely see you guys soon. So thanks again for tuning in to this segment of Sports Talk with L-Beasley. Peace.